Okay, so George, there's all these different types of gifts that we can give. And so again, I think it's important to help all of you out there have gifts that like are practical. Because when we're adults, there's the sentimental gifts. Winston's a good gift giver. He'll do like jewelry. Like I got another wedding band for last anniversary. Like there's like sweet gifts that mean a lot, but there's also the practical gifts that can go a long way with people. And you have different people in your life that value different things, are interested in different things, and we're going to be here for the people, George.
We're going to curate the best gift list you've ever seen in your entire life.
All right.
For free.
And we each have our own under these lists. So
you can tell whose gift is who if we just told you what they are.
Are you ready? We got the wine and cocktail lovers. So there is a cocktail shaker, and I will give Courtney, the cheese gal, credit because I follow her. And there is a cocktail shaker.
Yep.
Thank you. Does not freeze your hands. It's like a thermal.
Got it.
There's like a protective covering because we have a cocktail shaker. When you shake it so much with ice, your hands they're frozen.
Because it's just a straight up metal shaker.
Yeah. That's right.
Or stainless steel.
Yes, but this has like a protective covering over it so your hands never get cold.
Do you know what type of shaker you have? Is it like the Boston shaker that has two pieces that you sort of stick on top diagonally a little bit?
No,
or is it that has a top and a lid and a strainer?
Top lid, yep. But the top is also a measuring.
Yes.
Which is great too. So 2 in 1. It's fantastic.
Do you know the brand?
I'll link it down below.
Oh, that's right. We should tell the people. We're going to link all of these.
Yeah, we'll link all of it. So check it out.
It's a great
one. If you have a wine or a cocktail.
This one I think is very thoughtful, and I've given this gift to cocktail lovers in my life, and that is a vintage cocktail book.
Well, that's
fun. You can go on eBay and search for like 1950s or vintage cocktail book, or a secondhand bookstore sometimes will have these. And there's something about like a classic vintage cocktail book and making a drink out of that transports you. I think that's what a good drink does. And I think the old-timey drinks are so cool.
Yes. Like the speakeasy days.
Yeah. Even like the fonts were cool. Everything was just like classy.
I know. Wouldn't you go back to like the 30s, 20s? It's so fun.
So that's a thoughtful gift. That's not your standard. I'm going to go buy a cocktail book on Amazon.
So good. All right, next is for the people who love to cook in your life. My favorite cooking utensil, and I use it probably twice a week. It is a meat grinder. It's actually, I think, a Pampered Chef, but I'm sure there's like an Amazon dupe. But the way it is, it's like a spatula, but it's up and it has these like grooves in it. But you spin it in your ground beef and it makes the finest, like Taco Bell fine ground beef.
So you're recreating Taco Bell meat at home?
It's what we're going for,
but
people.
But with real meat.
It is what we're going for, with real meat.
How cool is that?
But it makes it really thin because when I do spaghetti sauce or tacos or chili or all that, I don't like chunky chunks of meat. Like I'm not a meatball fan. You know?
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, I don't need like a chunk of meat.
I got to cancel the gift I got you.
I'm a meatball maker.
Just a meatball maker.
Yep. So this finely grounds your ground beef, and it is fantastic, not expensive. It's wonderful.
Can I ask a dumb question?
Sure.
Why do you like burgers? Isn't that just a meatball that has been flattened?
You know what? That is true, George. Fair. But I actually like my burgers more thin. I don't like
a smash patty.
Yes. Smash burgers all day. I don't like mom and dad, when they cook burgers at their house, it's like really thick. And I don't like that. I don't like it's like a ball of meat.
Wow.
On a burger. And it doesn't work. So you got to put your thumb in. I've learned that trick. You know, it kind of spreads it out.
So it's not too high on the top and rounded.
Yeah. Okay. Dave and Sharon's high. Wow. It's just like
hey, Dave and Sharon, if you're listening, I just want to say I'll be happy to show up and eat your delicious burger instead of Rachel, who's ungrateful.
The burgers, I know. So no, I don't like it. Like I don't like when it's thick like that. It's not good. So thin.
All right.
Thin. So maybe I like McDonald's, just thin.
Thin, low quality,
Sonic,
that's what Rachel's here for.
That's what I'm here for.
Wispy. My gift for people who love to cook, a high-quality citrus squeezer. Underrated.
Oh, good one.
Because most people have these dinky citrus squeezers they've had forever. And I got one, I believe it was on Amazon. It has like a metal extra piece, and you get 20% extra juice.
Wow.
And so I like to get the most out of my citrus.
100%.
So this is a great gift. If you're still squeezing limes with your like arthritis-ridden hands, it's time to upgrade.
Okay, where do you get yours? Is it like on Amazon?
Mine was from Amazon.
Okay.
But I remember the selling point was up to 20% more juice. And I was like, you had me.
You got me. Yeah. Got me on that investment.
And most people, they don't have a good one. And that's what makes it a great gift.
Yes, that's fair. That's fair. All right, next is for the tech and gadget lovers out there. One of my favorite things, George, is a wireless phone charger.
Oh, where you just put it on the back of the
Yep,
phone?
I have it on my nightstand.
No
now, I
wires.
will say there may be a total.
There's still a wire involved, but
That's
it's
fair.
not
It is plugged
connected
in.
to your phone.
Not connected to your phone. You just lay it on top. But you got to wait for the green to light up because there have maybe like 10 times where you think it's charging and it's not. And that's a bummer. So you do have to like watch for it.
My beef with those is you can't have a phone case that is blocking the back.
I have a phone case.
What does yours look like? But that's not blocking. Like if you have a wallet on the back or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yours is clean.
Yep. But you just set it right there and and
Wow.
it's so great.
Well, my
so
gift
great.
is tied to that for the tech lovers out
Okay.
there, and that's an extended phone charger. So we're talking like a 6-footer.
Now that is nice.
You can get these cheap on Amazon. You get a pack of them. They even have like a 12. If you really need a long, if this is going around a couch or something, you can get them even longer. But I think we live in a world where why are you reaching over
Yeah,
to
I
use
know.
your phone?
It's fair. Yeah.
Life's too short to be rocking the like 3-foot iPhone cable.
Yeah, we don't need to do that.
I went home. I saw my dad's iPhone cable. All of the metal was showing from inside the wire. Like all of
no.
yeah,
Upgrade, Mr.
like
Campbell.
the rubber
Yeah.
was like all coming off, and I went, dude, you need a better cable. So at that Christmas, I got them upgraded iPhone cables.
That's a great
It's one of those
gift.
things you're just like, I'm not going to go get new iPhone cables. It's working. It's fine. I'm like, why are you risking getting electrocuted over this?
Yeah, life is too short. That's good.
There
I
we
like
go.
that one, George. All right, next is for your kids. Okay, so this was a gift. Both of my girls got at different times, and they just love it so much. It's so funny to me. And it's so cheap. Like you can get a really cheap one on Amazon. But it's a kid digital camera. And
How does
so
that
like
work?
it's just like this like little cheap digital camera and it's terrible quality. I mean like you could barely see it, but it has like a unicorn case on it. I mean it's just like this cheap little thing. But they wear it around their neck and they'll like literally wear it
It's a
out.
lanyard.
And like they think it's so cool to take pictures and like have a screen, probably because they don't have like phones and stuff. But they loved it, and it's like $20. But yeah, so if you have like an older kid,
How do you get the photos?
I don't
Forgive my ignorance.
I don't even think you do. I mean, I think it's just the fact
They don't
can,
know. They don't get to
I'm
see
sure
the
there's
photos?
a card. I'm sure there's some like
Like an SD card?
SD US. I was gonna say a USPS
Nope.
card.
Not a USPS.
Whatever that card is in there, I'm sure you can take it out. But they don't even want the pictures. It's just the idea that they get to like have this instant gratification of their own. Like, oh, I get to take a picture and it shows
They got
up
to
on
be
this.
artists and creative and have some fun.
And
That's
they
cute.
think it's like so fun.
I
So,
like that one.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
good. It's cheap, but
Yeah.
it's fun.
I go with a timeless gift for kids. And
Blocks,
this
wooden
depends on
blocks?
age. This is not for a 2-year-old, but as they get older, there's something about a crisp $20 bill that just
You're
you
giving
protect
cash?
it. Yes.
George, let's get a little bit more
And as they get
creative than that.
older, can I tell you, one of my uncles would always give me a $50 bill. And it's so rare, even back then, that I would see a $50 bill. So
Yeah.
it was like life-changing to me, both the amount of money and just seeing the bill. I protected that thing with all my life.
Where is it
And
now?
that's the most memorable. I spent it.
Yeah, bet you did.
Probably on a Game Boy or something back then.
Totally.
But, you can do this in different ways, or you can put it in the piggy bank or the college fund or
Yeah.
whatever. But I like this one. It's a
All right.
crowd
Well,
pleaser.
speaking of just cash and money for teens, the big
Oh.
thing is gas gift cards.
So as we get to driving age,
Yep. And so that's what I've heard from a lot of people.
because no
Is that
one
they
wants to
just
spend
want-
money on gas. So it's a nice
right.
blessing to be like, hey, I don't have to think about it. It's not coming out of my bank account. That's
That
a
is
good
right.
one.
That's right.
And I mean, gift cards are a great one for teens because that's really what they want. Amazon, Target, wherever their favorite store is,
Mm-hmm.
Starbucks. I don't know where they get coffee these days. These kids out here.
These kids out
getting
here.
their mocha lattes.
Here's for some gifts for the person that has it all. Is you got to go sentimental. You gotta go like the picture route, the homemade calendar.
So this is like a Dave Ramsey. That's what I think of. Like the person who has it all.
Yeah,
What am I going to buy, Dave
handprints
Ramsey?
from all the grandkids. I got my parents for their lake house a yard, like a sign in the yard, and it had these like wooden arrows pointing different ways, and one said like Mimi's Kitchen, and it points inside
that's
the house.
cute.
Papa Dave's dock. It goes that way. The dog park because they have this big dog
And it's
area.
customized for
yeah,
their
yeah.
life.
I got it off Etsy, and I was like, that's a great gift
That's a good one.
that they can put in the yard at the lake.
So personalized. Like
Yeah.
getting the socks with a picture of their dog on it.
It was so funny.
That's or their kids on it. That's a fun one.
That's a good one.
Handwritten notes, homemade artwork, a book about something that they're interested in, a photo session with the family, something that's a little more
Sentimental.
heartfelt and personal.
Yeah.
Or an experience. If you know they're into art, let's get them a membership to the art gallery in town or the
Yes.
museum or
It's
a spa
great
visit.
gift.
That's a good one, guys.
I don't think that's very sentimental, though.
Well, it's thoughtful for someone who could use a de-stressor.
Maybe
Moms.
so. Moms, all the moms out there.
I think Whitney would take a spa gift card. So those are some really thoughtful gifts that I don't think are a waste of money, and people will actually appreciate them and not return them. We've all been there.
Hope we helped you guys out with your
Return the
list.
gifts.
Yeah.
And I think gift-giving expectations around the holidays, it can easily get out of hand. And the last thing you want is to kick off the new year financially behind, resentful, in debt. So please don't do that.
Yeah, and I think like ask why are we doing this, right? If you're all adults buying adults gifts in the family, like just ask.
Have a hard conversation.
Do we like really need to be doing this, right? Or if there was a certain dollar amount that was always spent, like question why, or is your motivation so people, could see all of this and how fun it is. Like just again, the motivation and challenging what used to be the norm, I think is really good.
And setting the boundaries. And
Because
today's a good day to set them. Don't wait until Christmas to then get
Because some
resentful.
people like genuinely were like, I hope someone else speaks up, right? And you could be the hero.
Just say, hey, can we
Of the
limit
family.
the gifts? No gifts over $50 or whatever the
or draw
limit is.
names,
Or we're going
like,
to draw
yeah.
names, and you're each going to get one person.
So much better.
And I
So
love
much
the
better.
question that you have people ask before they buy something.
Oh, that if nobody sees this purchase, do I still want it?
There it is.
Yeah.
That's
So
a good one.
true for
Because
true for
honestly, a lot
gifts.
of the times around the holidays, I'll buy things for myself.
Yes.
There's a piece of me that's like, well, it's a really good deal. I might as well stock up. So there's a piece that we got to also look in the mirror
Yes.
and stay under control.
Yeah, don't shop for yourself. This is the season to give.
Yeah. And that's where the budget comes in handy. And I'll make a little budget separately for Christmas and go, all right, here's what we're going to spend on each person. And I'm going to make sure we stay under that budget.
Yes.
And every dollar is a great way to do that. This is our budgeting app. You can set all of your line items for each person. You can have one line item for all of Christmas.
Yeah, I do a
You decide.
Christmas one, and then I go into my notes app and have everyone's in there and drag and drop all the transactions into that one. Or
That's
if you
a
want
good
to
one.
want to be more detailed, list everybody out in every dollar for December.
Yeah.
And you can have it all there, or November if you're shopping.
And that's what I love about every dollar is you can duplicate November, and then you can make tweaks to December, add all the people, and then in January, delete those categories.
And then you're done.
And you've moved on
great.
without debt. So please don't go into debt for any gifts for anyone for any reason. Not worth it.
We'll put a link down below so you can check out every dollar if you haven't already.